Welcome students, welcome to the first chapter, that is local time and standard time. Myself Gazala Chawolkar. Students, in this chapter we will try to understand what time will it be in different countries or regions with the help of longitude on a globe or a map. We will also try to calculate the difference in time between the prime meridian and local times of various places in the world. So, students, our learning objectives for today will be introduction. Let us try and understand the concept of time and how it is used to measure the different places on the earth. Concept of time. When you think of time, you may think of calendars, diaries, wall clocks, and wristwatches. Time is geographically measured by from morning to afternoon, evening and night, from sunrise to sunset, and from sunset to sunrise. A whole day, in fact, is from one sunrise to the next. A more precise way to measure time is sunrise, noon, sunset, and night. We will also study about the local time, that is, the time of a place decided with reference to noon time. It is different at different longitudes. We will also study about the standard time, that is, the time assumed according to the central meridian of a country. This time is determined on the basis of the longitude passing through the center of the country, and all the places in a country use this time. We will also study about the Indian Standard Time (IST) and the Universal Standard Time. So students, let's recall what we have studied. Why does the duration of day and night keep changing? The answer for this question is the change in the duration of day and night keeps changing because of the rotation of the earth on its tilt axis. The earth is tilted at 23.5 degree and also due to the revolution path around the sun. Next, how many longitudes can be drawn on a world map keeping an interval of 1 degree each? The answer for this question is 360-degree longitudes can be drawn on a world map keeping an interval of 1 degree each. Third question. The apparent movement of the sun from east to west is a result of what? Students, as we know that our earth rotates or spins from west to east. This movement of the earth makes sun and stars to appear to move across the sky, rising in the east and setting in the west. So, the apparent movement of the sun from east to west is a result of the rotation of the earth from west to east. Fourth question. What is the direction of the rotation of the earth? The direction of the rotation of the earth is from west to east. Fifth question. While the earth rotates, how many longitudes face the sun daily? While the earth rotates, 360 longitudes face the sun daily. Sixth question. At which longitude does the date change? The date changes at 180-degree longitude. Seventh question. How was time measured in olden days? In olden days, time was measured with the help of natural events like sunrise, sunset, noon, and also instruments like Ghatika Patra, a bowl with a minute hole at its base which will float in a large water filled vessel, sand timer, shadow clock, etc. were used to tell time. Eighth question. In present times, what are the instruments used for time measurement? In present times, instruments like pocket watch, wall clocks, wristwatches, etc. are used for time measurement. Geographical explanation. We get up early in the morning, brush our teeth, and take a bath. Then we have breakfast and go to school. We study in our classroom. We return home. We go to playground to play in the evening. We have dinner, brush our teeth, and go to sleep. We keep doing similar activities throughout the day. Considering our daily routine, we need to decide the time for all our activities. From sunrise to sunset, daytime, and from the sunset to the next sunrise, nighttime. A whole day meant the duration from one sunrise to the next. The earth takes 24 hours, that is, one day, to complete one rotation. We consider the direction where the sun rises to be the east. Thus, the earth rotates from west to east. As a result, we experience sunrise, noon, sunset, and night. During the rotation, the longitudes in the western part face the sun gradually, while those in the east experience darkness. The longitude which faces the sun experiences sunrise, while on the other hand, the one in the darkness experiences sunset. While traveling in a bus, we often see trees, electric poles, buildings, etc. outside the window. They appear to be moving in the opposite direction. Students, actually they are stationary and our bus is moving forward. Similarly, because of the rotation of the earth, we feel that the sun is changing its position from east to west daily. Students perform this activity in the cocoa ground on the bright sunny day. Consider the following points. Choose one pole on the ground that stays under the sun for the whole day for this activity. Observe the directions in which the shadow of this pole falls at different times of the day. Measure the shadows and record in your notebooks. Note the relative directions of the shadows and the sun in your notebook. Where is the sun located in the sky when the shadow is the shortest? And what times are the shadows longest during the day? So students, I want you to do this activity and note down your observations. So, you would have realized by your observation that the shadows in the early morning and evening were the longest, while those at the noon were the shortest. Because of the change in the apparent location of the sun in the sky, the length and the direction of the shadow of the pole keep changing. See this figure. This is because a specific part of the earth faces the sun during rotation and moves forward. And also because we experience that is it is cooler in the morning and evening and warmer in the afternoon. As soon as the sun starts moving up in the sky after sunrise, the length of our shadow reduces. Normally, the length of the shadow is shortest at the noon. As the sun moves towards the horizon in the afternoon, the length of our shadow increases again by evening. The noon time is the same at any given longitude across the earth, that is, from the North Pole to the South Pole. Now, let us understand the concept of local time. Students, as you can see in this picture, we see the sunrise every morning. It comes overhead at noon. It seems to set in the evening and then we have night. So this is the path the sun seems to be moving in. But the sun is not moving across our sky at all. Then why does it seem so? So students, we know that the earth rotates around itself. The earth turns from west to east. It is this motion that gives us day and night. When our part of the earth starts moving into the sunlight, we have morning. When our part of the earth is exactly in front of the sun, we have noon. When our part of the earth starts moving into the darkness, we have evening. When our part of the earth completely goes into the darkness, we have night. So, students, what happens when we are exactly in front of the sun? We call it noon. Our part of the earth is exactly in front of the sun. So, that is why at noon the sun seems to be overhead. When it is noon, we say that it is 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at the interesting thing here. The sun doesn't come overhead because it is noon. When the sun comes overhead, we call it noon. So, do all places on the earth have noon at same time? No, of course not. Different places on earth come in front of the sun at different times. All places on the same longitude come in front of the sun at the same time. As the earth turns, the longitude goes ahead and the next one comes in front of the sun, so it is noon at that place. So, as you can see, each place will have the sun come overhead at a different time. That is the local time of the place. The time between one noon and the next at the same place is 24 hours. That is because the earth takes that much time before one rotation. The places in the east will have noon before the places in the west. So, we can say that the local time of a place on the earth's surface is determined with reference to its noon time. Thus, the time of a place as decided by the location of the sun in the sky is known as its local time. Students, as we can see here, the imaginary lines which are drawn on the earth's surface, the vertical lines are called the longitudes and the horizontal lines are called the latitudes. Okay. Similarly, the yellow line which you can see here is the equator, which cuts the earth into two halves and give us the northern and southern hemisphere, while the red line passing from the north pole to the south pole is called the prime meridian, which divides the earth and give us the eastern and western hemisphere. On the prime meridian, we have Greenwich, which is located in London, England. It is considered to be the international standard time. So, students, as we know that the earth takes almost 24 hours to complete one rotation, that is 360 degrees. The earth rotates by 360, that is 24 hours, which is equal to 15 degrees in 1 hour around its own axis. The earth takes 60 minutes, that is 15 degrees, which is equal to 4 minutes to cover 1 degree. This means that for each degree of longitude, the local time differs by 4 minutes. So, students, always remember that longitudes lying to the east are ahead of the time, and that longitudes while lying to the west are behind in time. As the distance between two longitudes increase, their local times also starts differing. If we multiply the difference between the longitudes in degrees by 4 minutes, then the differences in the respective local times can be calculated. The difference in longitudes can be known with the help of a globe or a map. So, students, try this out. Examine the example given below. Mashhad, a town in Iran, is located on the 60-degree east longitude. When it is 12 noon at Greenwich, calculate the local time of Mashhad town. So, as we know, towards the east of the prime meridian, the local time increases by 4 minutes for every longitude. The difference between the longitude of Greenwich and Mashhad is 60 degree. Therefore, difference in local time is equal to 60 into 4, that is 240 minutes. Then 240 divided by 60 minutes give us the 4 hours. This implies that the time at Mashhad will be 4 pm in the noon. We have studied that the local time is different in different parts of the world. The daily routine of the people there is determined according to the local time in those places. This figure shows the local times of different longitudes. Study this map and answer the following questions. Use the relation between degrees and time for this. Students, you can see here the map. Up we can see hours of the day, clock hours, and longitudes, and down we can see the clock timings, that is midnight, sunrise, noon, sunset, and midnight. Now the first question is, between which longitudes does the region experience daytime? The answer to this question is, between 90 degree west and 90 degree east longitude does the region experience daytime. Second question, which longitudes experience noon and midnight respectively? Answer is 0 degree and 180 degree longitude experience noon and midnight respectively. Edward from New Orleans is on which longitude? Answer, Edward from New Orleans is on 90 degree west longitude. Next one, what is the time at Accra city? The time at Accra city is 12 noon. Next question, at the same time, what is Sharad from Patna and Hokkaido from Japan doing? What time is it in these cities? The Sharad is returning home from school and Hokkaido is preparing for sleep. The time in Patna is 5:30 pm and it is 9:20 pm at Tokyo. Select any one longitude, calculate the local time of the longitudes lying 1 degree to the west and east of this longitude. The selected longitude is 80 degree east. Local time is 5:20 pm. The local time lying 1 degree to the west of the selected longitude, that is 79 degree east, will be 5:16 pm. While the local time of the longitude lying to the 1 degree east is of the selected longitude, that is 81 degree east, will be 5:24 pm. Now let us study the concept of standard time. Students, as we know that both Mumbai and Kolkata are located within India but on different longitudes. Their local times differ by an hour. If there are different local times within a country because of longitudinal differences, then there will be a lack of synchronization in the routine activities in the country. If each one follows their local time, difficulties emerge in carrying out daily business in the country. Therefore, generally the local time at longitude, which generally passes through the middle of the country, is deemed to be the standard time for that country. This standard time is used all over the country. So, we can say that standard time is a time of the standard meridian of a country. Every country has its own particular standard time and it remains the same for the whole country. Places on the same longitude can often have varying standard time. The Indian Standard Time IST has been decided according to the 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude, which passes through Mirzapur near Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh. This longitude passes through the middle of the country with reference to its longitudinal extent. The local time at this longitude has been selected as the standard time of the whole country. When the sun is directly overhead on this longitude, then it is assumed that it is 12 noon everywhere in India. There is no difference of more than 1 hour between the local time at 82 degree 30 minutes and other places in the country. Look at the figure and answer the following questions. First, considering the longitudinal extent of India, how many longitudes with a difference of 1 degree can be drawn on the map? Answer, 29 degree longitudes with a difference of 1 degree can be drawn on the map. Second, by how many minutes do two consecutive longitudes differ? The two consecutive longitudes differ by 4 minutes. Third, what is the value of degrees of longitude at Mirzapur? The value of degree of longitude at Mirzapur is 82 degree 30 minutes. Next, if it is 8 am at 82 degree 30 minutes east, what would be the time in their clocks at the following places? Jammu, Madurai, Jaisalmer and Guwahati. Answer: the time at Jammu, Madurai, Jaisalmer, Guwahati will be 8 am as it is considered to be the standard time of India. Next, though the distance between them is more, why doesn't the standard time differ these places? In India, the time at 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude is considered as the standard time of India. So therefore, same time will be considered everywhere in India. Universal Standard Time. For an international coordination between countries, the local time at Greenwich GMT, that is Greenwich Mean Time in England, is considered to be the international standard time. The Greenwich Mean Time is a time measured on the Earth's 0 degree line of longitude or meridian. This runs from the North Pole to the South Pole, passing through the old Royal Observatory in the London suburb of Greenwich. This line has been called the Greenwich Meridian since 1884, and it is from here that all the terrestrial longitudes are measured and the world's time zones are calculated. The difference in standard times of various countries is calculated with reference to GMT. The Indian Standard Time is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT. If it is 5 pm at Greenwich, then in India it would be 10:30 pm. Do you know, students, National Institute of Standards and Technology, that is NIST, which is an institute in the United States of America, has developed the most accurate clocks in the world. Clocks have to be adjusted by 1 second, added or subtracted once in 20 million years. In India, the National Physical Laboratory of India, NPL, New Delhi, gives service of accurate timekeeping. The clocks used here are accurate up to 1 lakh part of a second. As accurate time is required for space research, artificial satellite launching, etc., these clocks are used in these activities. Do you know, students? This is Jantar Mantar astronomical. Maharaja Savai Jai Singh II, the king of Jaipur, Rajasthan, was a great astronomer, mathematician, and architect. He built 5 astronomical observatories called Jantar Mantar at Ujjain, Varanasi, Jaipur, Delhi, and Mathura. The one at Mathura doesn't exist today, but one can visit the other 4. Even today, one can know the exact time up to seconds through shadows. Jantar Mantar do not only have house sundials, but they are complete astronomical observatories. One can observe the sky from here too. With the help of instruments at Jantar Mantar, it is still possible to see astronomical observations. After the advent of modern instruments, now these instruments are more of cultural heritage. Students, just we will have a recap what we studied. So students, today we studied about the time. That is, time is geographically measured by from morning to afternoon, evening and night. From sunrise to sunset and from sunset to sunrise. A whole day, in fact, is from one sunrise to the next. A more precise way to measure the time is sunrise, noon, sunset and night. Time here is classified into 2 categories, that is local time and standard time. So now students, what is local time? The time of a place decided with reference to its noon time. It is different at different longitudes. Is called the local time. What is standard time, students? The time assumed according to the central meridian of a country. This time is determined on the basis of the longitude passing through the center of the country, and all the places in a country uses this time. We also studied about the Indian Standard Time. which has been decided according to the 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude, which passes through Mirzapur. This longitude passes through the middle of the country with reference to its longitudinal extent. The local time at this longitude has been selected as the standard time of the whole country. We studied about the universal standard time, that is, for an international coordination between countries, the local time of Greenwich in England is considered to be an international standard time. The difference in standard times of various countries is calculated with reference to GMT. The Indian standard time is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT. If it is 5 pm at Greenwich, then in India it would be 10:30 pm. Thank you students for watching the video. I hope you liked the video. Thank you.